That's what I get for leaving the windows open. We're almost in. And there's an egg on the seat. I opened the windows today. They air the car out. And we got an egg on the seat. Ready?
There's the culprit right there.
You. What do you got to say? Nothing. Did you get it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, put a new fuel pump, not a pump, in a, what do you call it, filter in. We gotta drop the tank. To drop the tank, 14mm bolts. You've got one here, bracket there. The bracket holds this shield on. Another one right up in there. Another one back there. Incidentally, the two in the back, that one and this one, it's exposed on the top. It's all impacted with sand and rust and stuff. You get a blowgun, you blow that out first, then you shoot it with some power blaster. Next one is here in the back. That bolt. You've got another one right here. It's got to come out. And of course you got to get to the straps. I'll tell you. Hose that thing down like that. You're going to get back to that bolt's out. And we drop the guard down. Now we've got this bolt here and one identical to it on the driver's side. And that's what's holding the rest of the tank up. Instead of going with my trans jack, I just piled these boards that I usually use to cover my mechanics pit up. This way the tank will just drop down a little bit and I'll be able to slowly get it down and see what kind of condition the lines are in and such. I got this came, you could see, came right down surprisingly. And now we got to disconnect all the stuff on the tank itself. You can see way up in there, lines and such. I don't know if it's a vent tube or what, but we'll go around. We're going to slowly drop it down an inch and a half at a time and take a peek up top and see where it's connected and go from there. Up in here, let's hook that light there. And you've got these wires here. There's two wires going down. Now, they'll have a tendency to get caught up. So what you do is you reach up and you go right up in here and you're able to unsnap them off of a clasp, so it gives you a little bit more so you can get them down further. Then you've got these wires that go to your sending unit. And you look up on top of the sending unit here, you see it's all rotted and such. We're going to see what we can do. I'm going to pull the whole tank down and take this thing out. Anyone thinking of cutting a hole in the floor? Forget it. I'm glad I didn't. This cross member is going all in between. You can't just chop a hole in the floor and get to the sending unit. It's ridiculous how they created this. They should have put the sending unit over here in the corner here, and then right up there put a little hatch. You know, like some Phillips head screws, you take them out and it's sealed, open it up, pull the sending unit right out, service it, pop it back down in. But no. Okay, so now when you got to this point, next I would say take a blowgun and blow all this stuff out now, because either you blow it out now or you're going to get it in your eyes later. Remove the wire tie with the push button that's up underneath. I like these. These are designed for removing door panels on cars, doing auto body repair work. You know, when you go to, you have the little plastic push buttons, this slides up behind the door panel and you give it a squeeze and it just pops it right off and takes care of it. You can use these to remove almost anything, just, you know, tight spaces and just right off. Away it goes. We're going to check it out. These are the shots through here. Here's what I popped out. Hopefully you can see that. And here's your wiring harness. You've got a blue one and a black one. Looks like, now let me get this down. Blue one, it's got a white plug on this side, blue plug on this side. Little white tab, you squeeze the little white tab. Oh boy, she's impacted with all salt and sand and dirt, just like everything else. Probably better off squeezing it with a little pair of pliers. And sometimes you push them in a little, and then you could push down on that thing and, oh man, it's in there. I'm gonna go get me a pair of pliers. Hey, update, Suzuki Sidekick. Researching, why doesn't the fuel pump work? Took the tank down on the side here, checked the wiring, and ran a jumper, got the fuel pump to work in the tank, but no power. And digging through, I had searched forums and such, and they said The ECU, electronic control unit, I believe it's called, for the computer, could be fried. There could be so many different issues why this vehicle does not get the fuel pump to work. And one of them said about there being an electrical connection that goes through the tail light. Well, the fuel pump wire has a pink wire with some different, I'm going to swap this around, color designs on it. But I opened up the tail light here, as you see, and first thing I noticed is I see daylight. I don't know if you can see it through there. Do this way. Rot holes right through the wheel well. Now a rot hole, I'll stick this right in the wheel well. There we go. Rot holes right through the wheel well. So while you're buzzing down the highway, salt and sand is hammering the living heck out of all your wires that are coming through here. See, pull the unit out and I see this one wire here busted and rotted right through. Whenever copper rots, it turns into green powder and breaks. So I figured, well, I'm on to something good here. I'm looking through. Got to find the pink wire, and I find out here's the pink wire with the red, circle around it with the black line, right in this absolutely burnt wiring harness. Totally destroyed. What happened is the rot hole went through the wheel well, destroyed the harness. The harness caught on fire and burnt and fried. Hopefully it didn't destroy the computer. Most likely I don't think it did. Oddly enough, it did not blow fuses, but it ate the wiring all up. It's amazing. So what I need to do to fix this car is take these wiring harnesses all apart and get a new wiring harness and put it all back together. And that's what I'm doing was I just removed the harness itself, the connection, and I went wire for wire through this entire maze of stuff and spliced them together and soldered each unit and then put heat shrink on each one, and it worked. It worked. The vehicle started and things are going good. I did notice in the ones that weren't affected, weren't burnt or anything, but if you look inside of them, I don't know if you can see that on film, there's green haze all over top of all these connections. I already wire brushed these, but you can still see it inside. And I'm going to get in with sandpaper and clean it and some chemical cleaners to get that all cleaned out. But every one of these connectors, here's the plug. It was removed. I think the reason it didn't blow a fuse is each one of these had a bad connection, and where you have a bad connection you have heat, and the heat started the fire burning on these, but they didn't touch anything. I have found that people have said that the rear defroster, which is a really big heavy one of these wires, a red one, this one right here, that when they turn their rear defroster on, their fuel pump works, but when it shuts off or they shut it off, the fuel pump stops working. And what that is because this harness actually would melt through and then the wires would touch one another. So the fuel pump would still get power through the rear defroster. And, it's just one of the things that I heard. But some of these are actually so impacted with green, they just severed right off. There was multiple things not working in the back of this vehicle. I don't know how well that can be seen, but that's all green and tarnished and such. It's all rotting inside there. And when you look into all this stuff, like these are jammed. All rotted completely. So on the verge of burning out. Also, another thing is, a lot of people, they buy these, they have just the metal jacket on it, and I noticed they're prone to rust. You see the one that I installed, the 1157 bulb, it's got a brass jacket on it, which is much less apt to decay and come apart. They last longer. I like them. Whatever preference you got, but you can definitely see the difference in the two bulbs. I wiped both. I wiped both bulbs down the outside, so the darkness is definitely inside. Bulb did work. For a couple months down the line, he'd be needing to change a bulb, so we change it now.
I felt so good, like anything was possible. Hit cruise control.